When trying to expand and improve our model railroads, we tend to get pigeonholed in the idea that progress is buying more trains or adding scenery to the layout. While this is the biggest and most obvious way of adding to our collections, I found lots of joy in customizing and improving my existing models. Not only does this give a fun and challenging project to work on each week, but can also be more cost-effective and easier on the wallet. In this series, we'll not only show new scenery and upgrades to the layout, but showcase the other projects on my workbench and small things that you can try on your own railroad. My name is Johnny, and welcome to my back shop. As my desire for accurate models increased over the years, I have taken a strong interest in sound. Custom engineered sound files have been my bread and butter, and the flexibility of being able to use clean sound samples in your models has been amazing. Models that were once generic sounding and lacking from the factory can now have sounds that bring them to a whole other level. While this has been a huge turning point for me, I lack the skills and know-how to create my own sound files, so I'm dependent on friends to do the work for me. I'd also have to keep in mind that this was only possible for DCS-equipped engines. This was a very expensive roadblock, since models from other manufacturers would require the current electronics to be gutted, and I'd have to have someone else install PS3 for me as my electrical abilities are lacking at the best of times. With those restrictions in place, I wasn't able to customize my models at the rate that I wanted to. Longtime viewers of the channel know that Bluenami DCC is a new option for command control that I've been heavily promoting. It allows for lots of customization with their vast sound library, and it's very easy and simple to install. So easy, in fact, that I've been able to upgrade a few models to Bluenami by myself. It's been extremely satisfying to be able to work on my own trains, and opens up a whole new world of possibility for upgrading my existing and older non-command control equipped models. Not too long ago, I had my best buddies Sid from Sid's Trains and John from RetroMikado come down to Chicago to visit. One of the evenings, we ended the night by running trains at my buddy Matt R's HO scale layout. We were all blown away by what the HO world had to offer, and I even got a chance to run my new NDAM GP9. While poking around, John and I stumbled upon a very crispy set of Santa Fe GP38-2s, sitting high on a shelf. These poor engines had been stripped of their boards and motors and had been weathered to the point where they had looked like they had just escaped a house fire. They had been purchased for almost nothing at a train show, and a friend had given them to Matt as yard fodder. Curiosity got the best of me, and I asked Matt if I could try wiping down the engine with some alcohol wipes that he had. To my amazement, the grime disappeared and the proud yellow and blue of the Santa Fe could once again see the light of day. The rest of the night resulted in many used alcohol pads as we scrubbed away the grime. I've weathered a few engines so far, but this was the first time I've ever reverse weathered an engine. Little pockets of grime are left over at key areas, and it helps to make the engine appear to be well traveled with many miles under its belt. Matt was very generous and gave me the engine so I could have a little bit more Santa Fe representation on the layout. There's lots of things that still need to be done to this model in order to return it back to service. However, there's enough left on the inside where it still has lots of potential. These engines were completely gutted on the inside. The boards, motors, and speaker were long gone and only a bare frame remained. I had a spare parts engine left over from a previous upgrade, so I started harvesting some parts. I was very lucky as the motors from this junked Rail King F3 fit perfectly, and I was able to salvage the pickup leads as well. For the time being, I only plan to repower one of the two units as both have the same road number. I plan to redecal the W unit later down the line and add some electronics sometime in the distant future. In a previous life, this engine was equipped with MTH's ProtoSound 2.0 system with a 3V board, and ironically enough, I had purchased an earlier run of the same engine with a 5V board at York, but I was unimpressed by the sound quality. This time, I decided to go with the 4408 EMD2 Bluenami decoder, as the sounds are better quality and more accurate to the prototype. I get my Bluenami decoders from Squeaky's Trains, but you can source them from any other hobby shop or even from SoundTraxx directly. Installation is pretty straightforward, and the labeled screw terminals make for easy installation. After incorporating a bridge rectifier and capacitor to convert the power from AC to DC, it was just a matter of connecting the motor, speakers, and lights to the board. For an in-depth walkthrough on how to install Bluenami into your own locomotives, check out Sid's tutorial or check out the very helpful video guides on SoundTraxx's channel. After a successful first fire-up, the engine roared to life. Setting the appropriate prime mover and horn just took a few seconds in the Bluenami app. I personally think Bluenami diesels blow MTH and Line L ones out of the water when it comes to realism and sound quality. The attention to detail and the ability to customize the sounds to match almost any prototype is perfect for someone wanting to accurately replicate the real thing, and the inclusion of features like independent and train brake make for more realistic operating experiences. Now that I've got an awesome set of diesels to run, I just need to hunt down some matching cars. What cars would you recommend to run with them? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed following along with my most recent upgrade project, please leave a like and consider subscribing to see what other projects I have in the works. Thank you so much for all of your support thus far on the channel. We recently hit 3K subscribers, and I couldn't have done it without all of you. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you in the next one.